All right, folks, the deck is not set up yet. We are so not there. I got my bag. I got my cutters because I'm going to show you the garden real quick. Here's the garden. After the winter, and we had a lot of snow, we still have a lot of snow here to get rid of. But I want to show you the yuckiness of spring. It looks ugly before it looks cute. Now, there's nothing about our gardening or my gardening that's professional at all. There's the baby. Anyway, I just want to show you around. Let's do a garden tour before I get into things. So, I find it's such a helpful tool to use hay. I have strawberry. This here is going to be more strawberries planted this summer. This whole row here, which is a lot hidden under the snow, I put all the healthy nutrients in it last fall. So the soil is well prepared for new strawberries this year, but I did coffee grinds, grass clippings that are not treated, and lots, garbage bags full of seaweed. Same with our garden. This garden, guys, does not look like much now, but it's going to so come to life. So this is about, 4 feet wide by 6 feet long. This is the only part of the garden, and then the tires, that is vegetable. Everything else is perennial fruit. So right now it looks a mess, but you guys, this is all nutrients. So I need the rake, and I need to kind of spread the love, but it's coffee grinds and seaweed, and I have compost in there. And right here, you guys probably can't see it. It might be too small, but I have chives, and they're perennial. They will come up every year. It grows in a beautiful bush. And then over here, this will be able to be cut down, but this fresh stuff coming, that's called, what's it called? Rolling green onion, and that's a perennial. It'll come back every year too. So got my hubby's rubber boots on and my pink sweater. That there is a lavender bush, and it pretty much doubled in size. It's awesome. Look at the girls, they just want to look at anybody. Anyway, this looks like a mess, but this is beautiful. This is such a blessing. This is our strawberry garden, guys. So this half right here, this will be its third summer. The first year we planted, I plucked every single flower. I was very diligent with plucking the flowers, and I got all my tips from a strawberry farmer who does a U-pick, and he said, if you want the big fat juicy strawberries like the grocery store has, because that's what I told him I wanted, he said, then the first year you have to sacrifice every single flower. Be out there every day. Do not let any flower turn to fruit, not one. And that's exactly what I did. And then last year was our first picking year for this whole section. So that's about 15 feet long by 3 feet wide, half of it. Big, beautiful, juicy strawberries. Now this half, I planted last summer. So again, this whole section, I plucked all the flowers, every flower, and I let the runners take over, guys. Let it take over. It looks like all leaves there, but that's strawberry leaves. And it's going to mulch up by itself and go back into the ground to give the strawberries nutrients that it needs. Cuppy, get out of there. Tires is one thing that I use. I get it free. Guys, you can put so much beautiful manure and compost and soil in here. You can grow anything. But what I did last summer with these 2 tires right here, I did yellow beans. I'm telling you, they loved the tires. They love the heat from the sun that the tires hold. It's just a blessing. But I have 8 more tires that I'm setting up this summer, so you guys will get to see that. There's Coco and Cuppy. Get out of the strawberry garden, girls. Come on. Come in. Get out of there. I don't let they know they're not allowed in the garden. Cuppy, Coco, get. All right, so let's start right here. This does not look like much, but, and you see how it twists all along here? So this is called kiwi. It's mini kiwi, the size of a grape. I think it's called kiwi grapes actually, but miniature kiwis. They're beautiful tasting and flavorful and tropical fruit. Man, oh man, and it produces a lot. But in order for this to produce, you have to have a male and a female. for it to pollinate with each other. And I actually have them right here together. And yeah, and if you have a wood stove, use your, what's that called when it's burnt? Coal. Use your coal from your wood stove. Save it up from the winter and then put it in your garden. It takes out toxins out of your soil and dirt. Like, you guys, there's so much free things that you have that you can get from people, and it's awesome. So this right here is grape-sized kiwis. They're beautiful. And over here, this is full-size kiwi. You guys, again, this grows and it twists all along. Like, can you see it? So we're going to have lots of greenery on this. This here is 12 feet. 12 feet of an arbor. And it's about like 5 feet wide. So it's more than sufficient to bring the mower through. And our dogs love coming in the garden. They love playing. And this here is seedless grapes. I have a seedless grapevine right here. And again, this also does its own thing. It spreads, it ties itself. That's the vine. It wraps itself around really firmly. And this is so beautiful because the seedless grapevine, the fruit is so beautiful, guys. And you've never tasted such good, crispy, juicy grapes from the grocery store. Because by the time they get to our grocery store from wherever they come from, they're older. And sometimes you do get crispy, beautiful grapes, but they're never this good. So I'm walking down here to show you. So where I showed you the very first one down there, seedless grape, blackberry bush. Over here, the opposite end, I have another seedless grape vine right here. And the seedless grapes, they're called strawberry grapes. They're beautiful and sweet. And again, the vines just grow up. They tie themselves around. And like, it's awesome. The girls are in the strawberry garden. Get out there, girls. So yeah, I'll stand here in the strawberry garden just so that you guys can kind of see. Look at our arbor. You see our arbor? Really tall. It's 6 feet tall. And it's really nice and wide. And it's going to take about 3 full years for the grapevines and the kiwi vine to really fill this in. You know what I mean? And it's going to be so beautiful. Pretty soon it's going to get budding. There's no buds on anything yet here. This little unorganized space is flowers. Perennial flowers that will come up every year. And I did plant tulips, and I see a tulip coming, guys. I think that's a tulip right here. I think there's another tulip right here. Oh, and another one. Yay, right there. Oh, and another one. My tulips are going to come. I wasn't sure because our weather's been so weird. But today what I'm going to do is trim off all these branches from the flowers last year. And I don't know what kind of tree this is called, but it grows these things. Whatever it is, it's beautiful. But I'm going to trim these branches. And then this garden space, this here's another blackberry bush, but it grows, look how long these grow. And then you have to tie them yourself. They don't tie themselves, but just put it through. That's why I put this metal canopy here for all the vines to grow. It's going to be beautiful this summer. I ordered I just stepped on my cherry tree. It doesn't look like much. Look at Crimson Passion cherry tree. These are the big cherries that you buy at the grocery store that have the pit in them. Look at this, is full of life. It's going to fruit, and what a blessing, guys. It doesn't look like much, does it? Just a little bit of twigs. Anyway, I'm trying to show you everything here. This twiggy mess and that twiggy mess over there, that's called hipcas, and it grows beautiful, beautiful fruit. It's a mixture between a raspberry and a blueberry. Oh, this one's starting to bud. You guys, do you see the buds? This one's starting to bud. I got to tell my dad. For Father's Day last year, I got my dad 2 hipcas bushes. So I wonder if his is budding. Then over here, that's another grapevine, guys. This one here is called Grape Candy. and it has seeds. This was one of my first ones I bought, and that's what I would recommend to anybody who wants to grow grapes. Make sure you get seedless, because the ones with seeds are for like wine and juices, and they're not really edible because they're full of seeds. So I left it here so that the birds can enjoy it. Now this, I put my wire around because this is so thorny. Look at, you got to be so careful walking by not to get caught. That's why I kind of put the cage, but I'm going to have to bring it higher now because these are growing higher. But this is gooseberries. They grow about that big. And if you eat them before they're fully ripe, they're disgusting and sour and gross. But if you let them ripen and eat them, you could eat a bowl full. They are the crunch of a grape, the sweetness of a pomegranate. They're freaking amazing. They're freaking amazing. And it does have thorns. Unfortunately, that's the one thing you got to be careful of. But I can't wait to show you guys all this when it starts blooming. Then coming over this way, I know it looks messy right now, but these twigs here are high bush blueberries. They really produce a lot of fruit. Again, they're perennials. This was my cardboard because that's how I killed the grass and the weeds around everything with cardboard. So now this summer, I'm going to lay really, really thick layer of hay, and that will keep the moisture in the ground. So you don't got to water these things. These are perennial fruit, and you don't even have to, you just make sure there's no weeds and stuff. But whether it's a summer that's a drought or a summer with too much rain, you don't do anything because they're perennial fruit. They look after themselves. God created them and they take care of themselves. And then over here is my raspberries, my raspberry bushes, which I didn't ever do this right. When I planted them, I didn't know what I was doing. And I talked to a girl who has huge success with her raspberries. She did them a completely different way. So I just haven't had time to focus on the raspberries because I've been busy the past 3 summers getting my stuff planted. And it's not cheap, but once you have it planted, then the maintenance and the cost is so easy. It's just to get to this point, but this is my 4th summer now. Over here, I have 2 mature high bush blueberries, and they produce so much beautiful blueberry fruit. They're big fat blueberries that you get at the grocery store, guys. Like, they're the big, not the little tiny ones. And then there's 8 more here. See, these 8 and these 6 were planted last summer. I know it's probably hard to see them, but so we have more than sufficient enough blueberries for ourselves and our family to share. I also collect the rain from the roof. The roof fall, like the water will fall, and I have this bucket and that bucket to fill with the water, because if we are having drought, I will water certain things. I will water. Over here is 2 blackberry bushes that produces so much beautiful fruit, guys. It's incredible. I have some driftwood from the beach just to kind of, I put lots of seaweed. That's seaweed, if you're wondering what the heck is that. Seaweed. I'm a big advocate for seaweed because from the ocean, there's all kinds of beautiful natural salts and minerals, and it's so wonderful for your soil, and it composts down. I have a kiddie pool that I've had that for about 15 years, but it's underneath the grass clippings, and the seaweed is black, dark, healthy compost. Guys, it's awesome. And then under the snow, you can't see it, but I have 6 holes dug 2 feet deep because I'm planting a pink bush, a purple bush, a pink bush, purple bush, pink and purple. So 3 pink, 3 purple, and this is all shade. And whatever the bushes are called, I forget the name, they grow in the shade. That's where they grow and live, in the shade. All right, so this here is another cherry tree. This one's taller. This one was kind of struggling last summer, and it's doing so well now. I see a little tiny bit of buds coming. I put coffee grinds and a healthy compost to help it, and it really did. These 3 pools are strawberries as well. And the pools, as long as you have sufficient drainage, work so well. Now I have plum trees here, guys. and they were tall. They were about this tall. I cut them down. I'm learning how to make my trees midget trees because we don't have the property. Like, we have limited space. Yeah, so these are Arctic plum trees. They grow in our climate. So I gotta trim it again this summer and help it. This here's the second one. Very healthy. It's gonna do well. Both of them are. And every time I plant something in our property, I ask God to bless it. Bless the soil, bless our yard, bless the vines, the trees, the fruit, to be a good, healthy harvest. Now, this here is a perennial flower, and the girls might have ran into it. I don't even remember what it's called. And here's another one, because I want to promote the bees and the butterflies to come into our yard, you know, so. But yeah, all right, guys, my girls are barking at there's a couple little boys playing ball, so.
All this earth, could all that is lost ever be found? Could a garden come up from this ground at all? You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of us.
Oh my gosh, something's coming up, a perennial. Look at, I don't even know what it is, but I'm happy. I'm thankful. I don't even know what I planted, but I know those leaves right there are strawberry leaves. Look at, there's more things coming. Yay. Now this here is a peach blueberry bush. Peach. So the blueberries on here are genetically modified, and they're supposed to taste like peach. And then I can't move all these leaves, guys, till warm summer, because there could be like queen bees that nest there. This one here, peach sorbet. See, blueberry. And then I have lots more strawberries. These strawberries here don't fruit. I did the mistake. I live and I learn. They don't get enough sun, so the green part, the actual plant, grows beautiful and thick and very, very lush, but it doesn't have enough sun to focus on the fruit. And that's okay. I learned. See, I have that's actually our marshmallow stick, because we have a bonfire pit that we love doing bonfires on right here in the summer. And I will show you guys over here. I have another grapevine, seedless grapevine. There's two right here together. And as you guys can see, we had this little arbor here built. So it's going to grow. Like this summer, it's going to do a lot of growing, but within 3 years, this will be up and over and growing onto our deck. So there's our deck in the backyard. You can see we have a nice, big, beautiful deck. And then this part of the deck here is covered. So it's really nice. And we have lights on that lights up at night. But yeah, this here is another seedless grape. So we get tons of beautiful, healthy, amazing grapes come back year after year. Hi you guys, so I want to show you our side yard, because we're trying to make our yard work for us. So I've been using every available space, and what I'm showing you right now is a thornless blackberry bush. And any type of fruiting bush that you can get that does not have thorns is a win, because as you've seen in our backyard, the gooseberry bushes, they're all thorny. They're so thorny. but you can get thornless blackberries. I highly, highly recommend. And this here is one of our strawberry gardens. This one I had to treat last summer because the soil was not nutrient enough. And I just fixed it with coffee grounds and seaweed. And you guys, it came back to life. It just gave it the energy. It's beautiful. And now this one that I'm getting ready to show you is a longer strawberry garden. And these strawberry babies are so happy. They have made so many flowers last summer. These two gardens that I'm showing you, the strawberry gardens, was all planted last summer. And this is a cherry tree. And that cherry tree produces those huge cherries that you buy at the grocery store. They're big, juicy, beautiful. These strawberries, we sacrificed their first summer, which was last summer. Did not allow any of it to fruit. Now this summer, it's gonna fruit, and it's gonna fruit so well. There's our bonfire pit. Now, right here alongside the house, I planted something last summer, and it's popping up, and I don't know what it was, but here's another strawberry garden. This was the very first one I ever did. It's 4 feet by 4 feet, and it's a square. And our mailbox is right in the middle of it, but I used that space available, and I planted 20 strawberry plants, and I let it fully take over. I'm just digging in to show you guys under all the dead strawberry leaves is about 3 inches of sawdust, and that's what I use as a barrier between the soil and the actual berries. And this here's yet another strawberry garden. It's about 7 feet long by 4 feet wide, and it's just on part of our lawn, but we made it as a strawberry garden. And I again let these strawberries fill right in. We had such beautiful fruit from these 2 gardens that you're now looking at. We had such a beautiful crop last summer. And this one that I'm showing you, this is a new strawberry garden that I planted last summer, and I have a few different things growing here. These 3 little bush plants that I'm showing you, they're flowers. They're to attract like butterflies and bees. To have pollinators in our yard. And look at, they're starting to bud. It made my heart so happy. Rhododendron, okay. I got those on clearance at the end of the season from like a garden center. Now this strawberry garden here, I had multiple things growing in it. So there is strawberries, but I also have my rhubarb, and I have 2 rose bushes. So the red things on the ground that I'm going to be showing you, this is all strawberry rhubarb, and it's budding up out of the ground, but it grows so much beautiful strawberries, sweet strawberry rhubarb. And as you can see, all the eggshells I just throw over the deck, and it composts down into beautiful calcium to help the soil. And then over here, I used all of our available spaces that I could. So this is our front deck. And I used all along the front, instead of planting flowers, you guys, I planted, again, strawberries. And this gave us such beautiful strawberries all summer, last summer. But you can see, look, it's about 20 feet long altogether. There's that section, and then this whole entire section. And in the middle of it, where you're seeing the arbor, I have 2 more seedless grapevines. And this looks so beautiful, you guys. It goes all the way up the arbor. It's really thick. And the vines look dead. They're very brittle this time of year, but they're gonna get full of life and lots of greenery, and the leaves are so big and so green and vibrant. And once the grape clusters start growing, what, puppy? It's just so you guys, this is our beautiful lilac bush. It is about 12 feet long, and in this bush is purple lilacs and white lilacs. We have both. And look at all the buds coming. It's budding, and my heart is so happy. Oh, it's budding. It's beautiful life. Yeah, yeah. It's budding. Beautiful